Your moment in time, that we could refer to as the 1111 portal or gateway, marks a pivotal moment within the ramping up of the dark gameplay, if you will. That which is false, presented as true within the negative factions, is there for all to see. Yet perception, still clouded within those who sleep, do not see that which is before their very eyes. You ask us if you, as an individual or a collective, can meditate on peace and anchor in a different timeline so that any planned polarity events and major chess games do not take place. On this 1111 portal day or at any other moment in time. We say to you, you can do this for yourself, yes. You can send this out as an energetic to those who are receptive. However, there are different kinds of intentional focus streams taking place in your current now time, both positive and negative as frequency. You cannot change what has been set into motion by the opposing polarity, or should we say equal and opposite polarity. You can plant new seeds, you can plant different seeds, but you cannot eradicate their seeds. Your consciousness, in a state of unity with all things, creates its own polarity state. So there is, if you will, mitigation and influence within the opposing polarity, but not entire shifting and thus complete change. Polarity, as it moves through integration, will be intensified and moves, if you will, like that which you know as pressure cooker. Some of these movements are set within the timelines for your dimension and your planetary system, and they are taking place because integration has been called for. Yet at the time of the 1111 portal, the higher energetic frequencies move together as a consciousness template, not through calendrical Gregorian counting system, but through numerology and sacred geometry, and indeed frequency that has been set due to consciousness paradigms within the awakened and energy-sensitive souls. It is thus known by these souls that the higher template within the cosmic time clock, through ancient frequency presented as light language and your earthly language, that the 11th month you know as November is in truth the 9th month. This is known intrinsically within those who undergo that which we refer to as cellular memory cascade. And those we speak of are the energy-sensitive souls. These souls we may refer to as starseeds, and they have their roles within this polarity game. The role of these starseeds is not to eradicate polarity events or aim to totally shift planetary and global timelines. The role of these starseeds is to know where they are truly called to place their energy and consciousness, and to recognize that which must take place, even if that thing that must take place looks unpleasant and negative. These starseeds are called to navigate through and create their own personal fifth-dimensional reality bubbles, so that peace, joy, love, and connection surround them, and so they may line up with beauty, safety, and abundance within the positively polarized streams. This can be extended by the adept starseed as a shield to include loved ones, if those loved ones are receptive and do not move out of that shield through their own free will. When the starseed truly follows the calling and the guidance on all levels in a moment-by-moment real-time flow, they will find themselves within the New Earth network. This does not mean they can prevent third-dimensional and lower fourth-dimensional events playing out. This does not mean they can eradicate darkness from the planetary system or from the dimension, or that they should even attempt to do so, which creates a karmic ripple, if you will, which is a whole other subject and beyond the scope of this particular transmission. The starseeds at the time of the 1111 portal are aligned with higher dimensional energy, predominantly that of the fifth dimensional frequency, and the colours of vibrancy that present the pathway into the singularity as a walkway or bridge of colour, surrounded by the forest or field of colour, as the crystalline DNA and RNA sequencing activate within the body-mind matrix field. The most helpful way, let us say, to understand this polarity field and your role as a magical powerhouse within it is to recognize and be aware of the bifurcation. You live, if you will, on one side of that bifurcation, and there are others on the other side of the bifurcation. This is metaphoric and non-locational within time or space, yet this manifests within your physical reality. This realization of the bifurcation is not you creating division. It is you recognizing division and understanding its true purpose in the greater and grander reality. Your desire for and creation of peace cannot override another's free will desire for and creation of chaos. Not when polarity exists within the gravitational fields of your reality. Yet your desire for and creation of peace, alongside others who hold the same desire and the same creational template, results in a full reality, world or dimension. This is that which we call New Earth. Those who hold desire for and focused intentions for chaos, so too create a reality, world or dimension, albeit within a lower polarity field and holding far less substance, yet still it manifests for a time, given that it is finite and not infinite like the New Earth. This is the reason the bifurcation is taking place, as the magical streams are creating two different realities. One cannot affect the other, yet the two coexist. Looking deeper into this reality split, the truth, the actuality, is in fact a trifurcation, but that is more complex. So the answer to your quest is both yes and no. The Starseed's initiation at this time in your current now-time nexus point is to know what you can affect and where your power lies, and what you cannot affect, as in what you must allow to play out. Your compassion, is always called for and always needed and always gratefully accepted. But your magical ability must be focused upon that which is receptive to it. We repeat, your magical ability must be focused upon that which is receptive to it. Create your path and walk your path, and this becomes your only reality. Awareness of the other side of the bifurcation is needed in order for you to walk your path in true balance. Your calling is to bear witness to the playouts within the opposing reality, and indeed you can influence in, let us say, subtle ways. However, believing you can effect great change during a polarity fusion can only result in disappointment for you and potentially a belief that you did not do enough or that you have lost your power in some way, when ultimately this is to do with knowing and timing. When you mitigate and influence and cast your shield, you will realize the fruits of your labors and your efforts, resulting in the knowing of your true power and the broadcasting of the signals of bliss-charged love that reach far beyond your planet and your dimension. The moment in time you know as 1111 Portal presents the energetic opening through sacred geometry, the star-seeded consciousness paradigm, and numerology to move into awareness of this initiation. Temperance, stamina, patience, faith, and the integrated pure knowing of bifurcation and trifurcation are your greatest tools at this point, as you go forward and bear witness to the fall of the old structure and the simultaneous creation of new earth. You are not passive in this. We repeat, you are not passive in this. We have said this many a time before. You are more than a co-creator at individual level. You are the sacred creator and divine creatrix, and you hold the power for full change. This is within you. Yet grounded awareness and understanding of your physical universal laws and the movement of the cosmic time clock is needed in order for you to wield your power in its fullest strength. An opportunity for this initiation takes place on your 11/11 portal date, as the Rubicon is crossed by both the negative and the positive polarized fields, as the overall polarity on your planet and within your dimension begins to rise in all directions. This rising coincides with your cellular memory cascade, as deep patterns are catalyzed for release, and your fields are thus called into the momentum of crystallization. This is the way for humanity, and this is the Starseed way, on the day of which we speak, November 11th, 2023, your 11/11 portal. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. I am just so happy to be able to announce to you that my new book is available. The Diamond Codex and the Quartz Key, accessing the accelerated Stargate system through crystalline transformation of the genetic code. What does it mean to transmute one's DNA from carbon-based to crystalline, within the context of spiritual enlightenment and physiological evolution. Practical templates for photonic light gene expression, alchemical unification, and light body activation are provided within this channeled transmission, delivering this codex at a time within humanity's awakening and expansion when synchronicity is abundant. The mysteries of the accelerated Stargate system as an intelligent living infinity structure call the starseeds of Earth to remember why they are incarnated here and what they came here to do. The downloads, epiphanies, and realizations that will organically come to each starseed as they immerse themselves within this sacred text are catalysts for those memories. Introducing Dreamwalker, the story, presented through my interdimensional dialogue with the monadic light structure that is the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. This book has been such an absolute delight and joy to transcribe from the 9, and I truly hope you enjoy reading it. Available in paperback, hardcover, and Kindle.